Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 89. Krishna and Arjuna retrieves the Brahmana's sons. Text number 6 and 7. Na aichat tvam asi utpatagaha iti devaha chukopaha sulam udyamya tam hantum arebhe tigma lochanaha pativa padayoho devi santavyam asa tam gira atha u jagama vaikuntham yatra devaha janardanaha naichattvamasi utpata iti devascha chukopaha sulam udyamyatam hantum arebhe tigmalochanaha patitva padayor devi santavayam asatam gira ato jagama vaikuntham yatra devo janardanaha naichatvam asi utpataga iti devascha chukopaha shulam udyamyatam hantum arebe tigmalochanaha patitva padayor devi santavayam asatam gira ato jagama vaikuntham yatra devo janardanaha. Please chant. Iti devaschukopaha Matajis? Naichatvam asi utpataga iti devaschukopaha Jamyatam hantum Ebe tigmalochanaha Patitva padayor devi Santavayam asatam gira To jagama vaikuntham Na aichat. He did not desire this. Embrace. Tvam, you. Asi, are. Utpatagataha, a transgressor of the path of religion. Iti, so saying. Devaha, the Lord Shiva. Chukopaha, he became angry. Shulam, his trident. Udyamya, raising. Tam, him. Bhrigu. Hantum, to kill. Arebe, was about. Tigma, fires. Lochanaha, whose eyes. Patitva, falling. Padayoho, at Lord Shiva's feet. Devi, goddess Devi. Santavayam asa, pacified. Tam, him. Gira, with words. Ata u, then. Jagama, Bhrigu went. Vaikuntham, to the spiritual planet of Vaikuntha. Yatra, where? Devaha Janardanaha, Lord Janardana, Vishnu. Translation and purport. But Bhrigu refused his embrace, telling him, "You are a deviant heretic." At this, Lord Shiva became angry and his eyes burned ferociously. He raised his trident and was about to kill Bhrigu when Goddess Devi fell at his feet and spoke some words to pacify him. Bhrigu then left that place and went to Vaikuntha, where Lord Janardana resides. Purport. In Krishna, Srila Prabhupada writes, it is said that an offense can be committed either with the body, with the mind, or by speech. Bhrigu Muni's first offense committed towards Lord Brahma was an offense with the mind. His second offense committed towards Lord Shiva by insulting him, criticizing him for unclean habits was an offense by speech. Because the quality of ignorance is prominent in Lord Shiva, when he heard Bhrigu's insult, his eyes immediately became red with anger. With uncontrollable rage, he took up his trident and prepared to kill Bhrigu Muni. At that time, Lord Shiva's wife, Parvati, was present. Her personality is a mixture of three qualities, and therefore, she is called Trigunamayi. In this case, she saved the situation by evoking Lord Shiva's quality of goodness. Srila Jiva Goswami remarks that Vaikuntha planet referred to here is Svetadvipa. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padal Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Hare Krishna. So today we have very interesting topic, how Bhrigu Muni was testing who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How many of you think that, please raise your hands, you think that you have received mercy of Lord Shri Krishna? Others didn't receive? You didn't receive? Yeah. So, atapite deva padambujadvayam prasad leshanugrahita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya eko pichiran vichinvan. When there is a discussion was going on between Sarum Bhattacharya and Gopinath Acharya, Gopinath Patnaik, Gopinath Acharya. Yeah. So there was a discussion. Then Sarum Bhattacharya was thinking that Lord Chaitanya is an ordinary person. Then Gopinath Acharya was saying that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then his disciples were saying, what is the proof? What is the proof? Then you cannot understand Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead unless you receive a speck of his mercy. Then he quoted a shloka by Lord Brahma's prayer. Atapite deva padambujadvayam prasad lesha nigrahiti evahi. So all of you think that you accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? That means you have received the mercy of Lord Krishna. Now, how many of you received the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna? Everybody should raise. He is not received. Still, he didn't receive. You don't accept. Very difficult, So, all the sages have gathered to. This is the greatest, the deepest secret in this whole universe. Who is Supreme Personality of Godhead? To know. Right? It's secret. Bhanu Maharaj was saying that 75% Vedic literature, they talk about Karma Kanda. Right? And then 20% about Jnana Kanda. Only 5% very confidential. It is, put in about the secrets of Bhakti Yoga and about Lord Shri Krishna's Tattva. Very secret, highly secret. So, all the sages they have assembled, they were all very great sages who have done great tapasya for thousands and thousands of years. And just imagine, they did not know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They had to make a test. There is always confusion. And Atri Muni, he performed, what is Atri and Anasuya? Atri means one who is above three modes of nature. Atra. Anasuya means one who is free from envy. The combination of a person who is above three modes of nature and person who is free from envy resulted in son in form of Dattatreya, who is the Supreme Lord. But after performing 10,000 years of tapasya, he did not know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you imagine? In the ISKCON, you ask any child, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? They will say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? This is great mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, so Srila Prabhupada says, writes in 4th chapter 9th verse, that anybody who accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will go back to Godhead. That's as simple as that. But to come to this stage, both papad belna padta. You know, it is said, it is written in uh, Hari Bhakti Vilas. For somebody who has done millions and millions of lifetimes punya karma, Purte Stadatta, Vrata Niyama, Deva, Vipra, Rukmini Devi, she writes a letter to Krishna. One of the verses. Purte Stadatta, Vrata Niyama, Deva, Vipra, Guru Varchana Adibir Alam, Bhagavan Paresha, Aradito Yat Gadagraja, Etya Panibihi, Grhanatu me na Dama Gosha Sutayor, Twadanya. If at all I have done Purta, Ista, Deva, Vipra, if I have done austerities and penance, if I have done Punya Karma like digging the wells, giving charity, if I worshipped Devas, if I worshipped Pitrus, if I worshipped Brahmanas, then that Gadagraja, let me, please accept my hand. Let it result in my having Krishna as my husband. Then, Twadanya, I will not accept anybody else except Krishna. Even if Brahma, Shiva and Lord Narayana also, if they come and seek my hand, I will refuse. I want only Krishna as my husband. That is her. So, in the beginning she was saying, Purteshta Datta, Vratanema, Deva Vipra, Guru Archana Adiviralam, Bhagavan Paresha. If I have done all these things. So in Hari Bhakti Vilas it is said that if somebody has done millions of lifetimes, punya karma, like digging the wells, planting the trees, giving charity of cows, giving charity to the Brahmanas, worshipping the Devatas, then they will get a chance to worship Lord Vasudeva. Then one who worshipped Lord Vasudeva for 1000 lifetimes, they will get a chance to sit here and hear Krishna's Bali Leela. Hari Bol. This is our great good fortune. That we are, but we should stick to this process like that. So, Vishnu Jagatakur, in the first verse commentary, he writes that here, Bhrigu wanted to know, all the sages, they wanted to know who is the Supreme Lord among Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. Then later in the chapter, it was even how Krishna is also the master of even of Mahavishnu. The entire chapter, very beautiful chapter. This is like that. So here, so Bhrigu Muni, and it is it's a big secret. It's a big secret that when after the war was over, Kurukshetra war was over, Krishna was staying in Yudhishthira Maharaj's palace. One day, Yudhishthira Maharaj went to meet Lord Krishna in his bhavan. At that time, Krishna was sitting and doing meditation. He is in deep meditation. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj waited. Then after he came out of his meditation, Krishna saw him. Oh, Yudhishthira, how are you? What are you doing here? So, my dear Lord, later on that, but please tell me on whom you are meditating. We all meditate on you. On whom you are meditating? Then Krishna replied, there in Kurukshetra battlefield, Bhishma is meditating on me. I am meditating on Bhishma Dev. So those who meditate on Krishna, Krishna meditates on them. Right? Prabhupada writes in 6th chapter, 6th canto Bhagavatam, Stenaha Surapa Mitra Drik, that verse is there. Brahmaha Gurutalpaga Stri Raja Pitru Gohanta Patakanam iti chapare. So the last word is Yat Syat Vishaya Matihi. In that Prabhupada writes that those who are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna becomes alert and remembers that person. Oh, who is chanting my name? Like that. So Krishna remembers us. Vishnu Thakur says, even if somebody becomes, is chanting inattentively also, but Krishna remembers him attentively. Like that. Anyway, so then they all went. Then Bhishmadev was speaking. There are beautiful verses are there. 2 verses I will quote. Esha vai Bhagavan Sakshat Adyo Narayano Puman Mohayan Mayaya Lokam Gudas Charati Vishnushu Asyanubhavo Bhagavan Veda Guhyatamam Shivaha Devarshi Narada Sakshat Bhagavan Kapilo Nrupa. So in this verses he is saying Asya Yesham Vai Bhagavan Sakshat. Hey Yudhishthir, do you know whom you are dealing with? Bhagavan Sakshat. Sakshat, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the same, self-same Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is Adi Narayana. We have some devotees' names, Adi Narayana. Who is Adi Narayana? Krishna. Adi Vishnu is Krishna. Adyo Narayana. Mohayan Mayaya Lokam. He is bewildering all the people. Gudas Charati Vishnushu. He is roaming around among your family members of Vrishnis as like a ordinary man. Gudas Charati. Very secretly he is roaming around. But don't think that he is a ordinary personality. He is the self-same Supreme Personality of God. Adi Narayana. What kind of Adi Narayana? Asyanubhavo Bhagavan. Anubhavam, Prabhupada translates as glories. Glory, the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Veda Guhyatamam. Very secretly coded in Vedas. Veda Guhyatamam. Shivaha. Only Vedas, some portions of Vedas they know. And then Shivaha. Lord Shiva knows. Right? Lord Shiva knows. And Devarshi Narada Sakshat. Sakshat Devarshi Narada knows. Bhagavan Kapilo Nrupa. Right? So Prabhupada writes, how many of you know the 2 verses where it describes 12 Mahajanas? Nobody? Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, Kumaro Kapilo Manu, Pralado Janako Bhishmo, Balir Vayasaki Vayam. Right? Dvadasito Vijaniyam, Dharman Bhagavatan Bhra, Guhyam Vishuddham Durbodham, Yajñatva Amritamashnute. What are they? Say again. Remember, then you can remember all the 12 Mahajanas. If you remember these two verses, right? Otherwise, we will forget, 12 Mahajanas, right? Who are they? Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu, Prahlado, Janako, Bhishma, Balir, Vayasaki, Vayam. There are 12. Then Dvadasiyato Vijaniyam. These 12 Mahajanas, they know Dharman Bhagavatan Bhatta. This Bhagavat Dharma, they only know. What kind of Bhagavat Dharma? Guhyam, very secret. Vishuddham, very pure. Durbodham, very difficult to understand. Those who understand Yajñatva Amritamashnute, they will experience Amrita, nectar. So out of these 12 Mahajanas, one Mahajana is speaking. The three Mahajanas. Who are they? Narada, Lord Shiva, and Kapila Muni. So very secret knowledge. So we, as soon as we read Bhagavatam, we come to know, especially Srila Prabhupada books, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then our life will be successful. So, in this verses, when Bhrigu Muni came, right? Bhrigu Muni came, Lord Shiva became very angry because he spoke some harsh words. Right? He spoke some harsh words. Then he wanted to kill. Many people, they get confused. What is the position of Lord Shiva? Why he became angry? Is he really under the, influence of Tamogun? Like that. I will quote one verse. But actually, Vayam tu sakshat Bhagavan bhavasya, right? Priyasya sakhyu ksanasangamena sudu chikitsasya bhavasya mrityu bishaktamam tvaadya gatir gatasma. This is a verse from 4th canto, 30th chapter, Pracheta's prayers. So, Prachetas, first they met Lord Shiva, then Lord Shiva spoke that Rudra-gita. So they are acknowledging, right? They are acknowledging that when we first met Lord Shiva for a kshana, for a few seconds, so Vayam tu sakshat Bhagavan bhavasya, we met, sakshat Lord Shiva, okay? Lord Shiva. Then Priyasya Sakhyu Ksanasangamena. He is your intimate friend and very dear to you. Who is Lord Shiva? Intimate friend and very dear to Lord Krishna. Very dear to Lord Krishna. Ksanasangamena. We met him for some time. Sudu chikitsasya. Because of meeting with Lord Shiva, we got the process of devotional service from him. He taught us devotional service, right? Sudu chikitsasya. This bhavaroga is very, very difficult cure, difficult disease to be cured, right? In this world, they say cancer is very difficult to cure. Now they found a cure for cancer also, right? But many diseases, they don't have cure. But they could not find the cure for Bhavaroga. Right? My dear Lord, Sudu Chikitsasya, this very difficult to cure Bhavaroga got cured because Bishaktamam, because you are an expert physician. They are speaking to the Lord. Because you are an expert physician. That is why we got cured of this Bhavaroga. We are getting darshan of you. Wonderful darshan of you. Like that. So in the verse, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes that Lord Shiva is a very intimate friend of Lord Shri Krishna. So when Lord Shiva is more pleased to meet the devotees of Krishna than to meet his devotees, because his devotees are in mode of ignorance, Lord Shiva doesn't want to associate with them, so rather he cheats them. Then Prabhupada writes, Lord Shiva has no business to cheat anybody, but these guys, they want to be cheated. That's why, because Lord Shiva doesn't want to associate these rascals. Okay, you take. Jao, bhago, idhar se. Right? Bhago idhar se. Otherwise, for devotees, he will teach Krishna consciousness. Once there is one guy, Rakshas. He is a very, very staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. staunch devotee of Lord. In South India, they fight, um, Shaivites and Vaishnavites, like that. Very fierce battles, they took place, killing, right? Like that. But there is no, then, so this guy, he used to chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, very staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. He hung bells to his ears, Ganti. And whenever somebody like Narad Muni or somebody would come, with Urdhva Pundra, Tilak, he would immediately, otherwise, Hare Krishna wale ko preaching karna bahut hi aadat hai, chant Hare Krishna, So, Urdhva Pundra wale ko dekhte hi, aisa mundi hilata tha. Mundi hilata tha. फिर घंटी बजता था. So if Narad Muni would tell him that he chant Hare Krishna, he cannot hear. So, because he didn't want to hear the holy name of Krishna at all. Like that. For many thousands of years, he was serving Lord Shiva. One day he went and approached Lord Shiva. My dear Lord Shiva, I want mukti. I want mukti. Lord Shiva smiled. Then, so his name became Gantakarna, his name, Gantakarna. Everybody used to call him Gantakarna because in his ears he has Ganti. Then Gantakarna asked, why are you smiling, my dear Lord? And then you have to remove the Ganti. You want Mukti. Then you ab Ganti nikalna padega tumko. I said, why? Then you have to chant Hare Krishna. Then, how it is possible? Then he, this is a story from Harivansh Puran, that he said, Harim Vinana Shrutim Taranti. Without mercy of Lord Krishna, there is no mukti. There is no mukti. Then Gantakarna said, there is no other way? Yeah, he said, no other way. You can't give mukti? Lord Shiva said, no, I can't give mukti. Then he removed the ganti. Then he started chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh, Rakshasa, Pishachi, Then he was chanting Hare Krishna, very long time because he was a Rakshas, like that. Then Lord Shiva told him, in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna will come. At that time, when he comes to Badrinath, catch him. You be here only, Kedarnath, Badrinath, be here only. Till the time you chant Hare Krishna. When Krishna comes, to Badrinath, catch him. Catch him. He will give you mukti. Like that. Then Gantakarna, he was chanting, for a long time, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He was there. Then when Krishna went to Badrinath, so he asked, how does he look? How does he look? Then Lord Shiva described, wonderful. Snigdha Pravruddha Ganashyamam, Sarvasaundarya Sangraham, Charvaita Chaturbahu, Sujata Ruchirananam, Padmakosha Palakshasya, Sundarbru Sunasikam, Sudruvam Su Kapolasya, Samakarna Vibhushitam, Preeti Prahasati Pangam, Alakai Rupa Shobhitam, Lasat Pankaja Kinjalka, Dukulam Rishta Kundalam, Spuran Kirita Valayam, Haranupurame Shankachakar Gada Padma, Manimala Uttamaridhimat. Lord Shiva, he describes beautiful form of the Lord. Then he was thinking, when I will meet this Lord. But after many thousands of years of chanting Hare Krishna, then when Lord Krishna went there, the Gantakarna caught his lotus feet. Right? Caught his lotus feet. Then he had many associates also. Then Lord Krishna asked, with all his associates, he surrendered to Krishna. Then Lord Krishna asked, what do you want? He said, my dear Lord, you are Mukunda, I want mukti. Not only for me, for all my associates also. Krishna said, how, you are chanting, how they, no, no, you have to, this is my desire. Then, he was a Rakshasa, no? He killed a fresh body, a Shava. He offered to Krishna. Dead body. Offered, Krishna smiled and said, I don't eat meat. Many people they ask, where did Krishna say that he doesn't eat meat? Harivansh Purana he told, we don't eat meat. I don't eat meat. Then he made Krishna, he made that Brahmana, is Brahmana's dead body, he made him alive. Then he said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, I will accept. And they all like that. Then Krishna gave a blessing that anybody who there is a long conversation between Krishna and Gantagarna. Then there is a long, then Krishna told, anybody who hears this pastime, who hears this conversation between both of us, they also will get liberated. Lord Krishna blessed like that. Anyway, this is Lord Shiva. So, actually, then Prabhupada writes, very beautiful purport, that Prabhupada writes that actually people, they say, people fight that Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, they are equal and all that. But actually it is not true. But many people, they say, Lord Shiva is non-different from Krishna. He is not like Krishna. He is non-different from Krishna in the sense, please note down this, in the sense that Priyasa Sakyu, Kshana Sangamena, that Prabhupada writes that they have no difference of opinion. That's why they are non-different. Krishna and Lord Shiva, they accept only one truth. What is that? Prabhupada writes that Lord Shiva never claimed that I am God. Krishna always claimed that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no difference of opinion between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. That way they are one. That way they are one. Like that. I will quote, I don't know the verse. When Parvati, Sati Devi, she went to Lord Shiva and then she sought permission. पहले जमाने में wives used to take permission from husband, Other nowadays, husband takes permission. They will say, you don't have to say anything, don't tell me anything. One day, one lady, she was fighting, with one person. Said, तुम कितना हिम्मत है कि मैं क्या पहनूं, तुम बोलेगा? You tell me what to wear. So then some people, this is modern age. Some people, they came and started beating that guy. Then he was saying, साहब मैं टैक्सी ड्राइवर हूं, मैं उसको सीट बेल्ट पहने सीट बेल्ट पहनने को बोल रहा. Anyway, so she sought permission from Lord Shiva to go. Lord Shiva said, "Don't go." Then he remembered the great sage Maitreya said, "Lord Shiva, the deliverer of the hill Kailasha, having thus been addressed by his dear wife, replied smilingly, although at the same time he remembered the malicious, heart-piercing speeches delivered by Daksha before the guardians of the universal affairs." So he felt pain. Again, sometimes, when there is a physical injury, it becomes healed. We forget it. But 10 years back, somebody said something to us. When we remember again we get the pain. अरे उस दिन ऐसा बोला उन्होंने. Right? Right. That's why, what is that verse? Anudvega Karam Vakyam Satyam Priyam Hitam Chayat. Right? Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita. I will read. Therefore, the question may now be raised by a liberated personality like Lord Shiva was so unhappy because of the words of Daksha. The answer is given by Srila Vishwanath. Hey, cockroach gumre. The answer is given by Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Lord Shiva is Atmarama, are situated in a complete self-realization. But because he is the incarnation in charge of the material mode of ignorance, Tamoguna, he is sometimes affected by the pleasure and pain of the material world. The difference between the pleasure and pain of this material world and that of the spiritual world is that in the spiritual world, the effect is qualitatively absolute. So somebody yesterday, that boy was asking, you got the answer? Huh? Because he was dealing with people in mode of ignorance, sometimes he is affected. Otherwise, he is Atmarama, and then he is Priyasa Sakyu, very intimate, dear friend of Lord Shri Krishna. Lord Krishna says, Lord Shiva is equal to me. We both are same out of his great love for Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva will never say that me and Lord Keshava are same. Right? So not only that, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Once when it was decided, so Krishna himself says in Bhagavad-gita, so anybody who doesn't accept, right, what will happen? They think that avajananti mamuda manushim tanumashritam parambhava majananto mama bhuta maheshwaram mogasha moga karmano moga jnana vichetasaha rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shrita. These rascals, they think that when I come, Prabhupada says, what to speak of me, somebody told they are criticizing you. What to speak, they criticize me also. What to speak of me, they criticize Krishna also. Right? They criticize Krishna also. Even great personality like Gandhiji, he criticized that Krishna, in my experiments with the truth, he criticized Krishna. That if this personality has, encouraged Arjuna to fight, if this personality has danced with other men's wives, I don't accept him as God. Like that he wrote. Very mogasa, moga karmana. That is why he did not achieve any result. Right? Prabhupada writes in 7th Canto Bhagavatam, 6th chapter, that some people, tat prayaso na kartavyam, ayud yasat param, ayud avyaya param, natata vindate kshemam, mukunda charanam bhujam. Other day, last Wednesday, not this Wednesday, last Wednesday on this verse, Prabhupada lecture was there. So in that purport, you should not waste your time, unless except, pleasing Mukunda. Because however hard work you do to please ordinary, these countrymen and all that, in the end you will get only, what did he get, Gandhiji? As a reward for his Desha Seva? Bullet. Bullet, the same thing. All the men, who serve their wife and children, what do they get? Kicking, They get their kicks. Prabhupada writes, the donkey, he works very hard. In the night when he goes to the she-donkey kicks him. And then he talks philosophy. Right? Donkey philosophy. Like that. So same thing. So, it's a waste of time. Mogasha, moga karmano, moga jnana vichetasaha. All their big attempts to realize those devotees, Prabhupada writes, Those devotees who want to attain Salukya Mukti or Sarupya, whatever, if they think that Krishna's body is material, they will not achieve success in their endeavors. If karmis, if they do all these yajnas and all, they will not achieve success in their endeavors. Jnanis, if they do all this jnana and dhyana, they will not achieve success. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti writes that even if a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness, if he thinks that Krishna's body is material, he will take birth as a demon in the next life. Even a devotee who is practicing Krishna. Where we should be very, very careful. This truth we should be very clear to us. Like that. Then, so in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was touring this Allahabad, there he met Vallabha Bhatta. Adelagram, he took him to Adelagram. Lord Chaitanya is in great ecstasy. Then when Lord Chaitanya, after taking prasad and all, he was resting, there is one Brahmana who came to meet him. What is his name? Raghupati Upadhyaya. Right? Raghupati Upadhyaya. Then Raghupati Upadhyaya, he was saying that Shruti Mapare Smritimitare Bharatamanye Bhajanti Bhavabhiti Ahamiham Nandam Vande Yasyalinde Parabrahma. Some people, out of fear for bhava, birth, death, old age and disease, let them study Vedas, let them study Smritis, Puranas and all, let them study Mahabharata, do whatever they want. But I will worship Nanda Maharaj, in whose courtyard Supreme Brahman is playing. Supreme Brahman is playing. That's why Lord Brahma is also glorifying. Aho Bhagyam, Nanda Vrajavanokasam, Yanmitram Paramanandam, Purnam Brahma Sanatanam. Aho Bhagyam. So Brahmaji was ecstatic. What good fortune, good fortune. That's why he, Punaravritti dosha, they say. In Vedas, they have something called Punaravritti dosha. Means you should not say same thing 2 times. But Brahmaji is the teacher of the Vedas. He is committing Punaravrita dosham. He is saying that, Aho Bhagyam. He was so much in ecstasy. What good fortune. Krishna is their real dear friend. All these gopas, they are playing with Krishna. Aho Bhagyam, Nanda Vrajavanokasam, Yanmitram Paramanandam, Punam Brahma Sanatanam. Like that. So, he is, saying, then Lord Chaitanya asked, say something more. Then, who is the Supreme Being? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked. Then he said, Krishna, the Shamsundar, he is the Supreme Being. Supreme Being. Of all the Puris, which is the best Puri? Then he said, Madhupuri. Of all the ages of Krishna, boyhood, adulthood, and then youth, Kishora. Youthhood, Kishora. Which is the best age? Then he said, Kishora. Kaishoram. Of all the rasas, which is the best rasa? Adi rasa. Then he composed this verse. Shamameva param rupam puri madhupuri vara vayaha kaishorakam dhyayam adya eva paro rasaha. Adya eva paro rasaha. Right? Very beautiful. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in great ecstasy. Then in Upanishads also, this was explored, how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? In second canto Bhagavatam, there is one verse, Bhagavan Brahma Karsneha, Trin Anviksha Manishaya, Adyavastha Kutasto, Rati Atmanam Yato Bhajet. So, Lord, in second canto Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami says, Brahma is known as Manishina because how many of you know at least 100 verses of Bhagavad-gita? Nobody, right? You know 100 verses? Very good. Only one Mataji. Yeah. You know? Our Adi Dev Prabhu. How many of you know at least 50 verses Bhagavad-gita? 50 verses. How many of you know 25 verses at least? Very few, right? 700 verses. Bhagavad-gita is very simple language. You can easily by heart. I am telling you, all the brahmacharis, take an effort. I by-hearted almost entire Bhagavad-gita except 11th chapter at the age of 55. All of you are very young. You can easily, grasp, meditate, and then put an effort, instead of watching YouTube and Facebook. I learned so many verses at this age of 60. I learned so many verses nowadays. Instead of watching, YouTube and all, better you spend time learning verses. Whenever you get time, learn some verses. Very beautiful experience. I am telling you, I'll share my experience one day. The fruit of learning verses and meditating on the verses. Beautiful experience. So anyway, it's very difficult for us, but only few lakhs verses are left out in Kali Yuga. But originally Vedas consisting of 1 billion verses. How many? 100 crores. 1 billion, right? 100 crores. Lord Brahma read 3 times. All the Vedas and Puranas, 3 times he read. Then he came to conclusion, the best, most beneficial activity for a living entity is to lovingly serve Krishna. Rati Atmanam Yato Bhajet. Lovingly serve Krishna. This is a verse from 3rd canto, I think 2nd chapter. 2nd chapter. The 2nd canto, 2nd chapter. Like that. So this is it. So one day, the Kumaras, they went and approached Lord Brahma. They asked 4 questions. Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? That personified is afraid of whom? Who is that personality? After knowing whom, nothing shall remain to be known. Who controls this material world? Bolo, what are the 4 questions? Number 1? Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Number 2? Whom is the death personified is afraid? And then number 3? After knowing whom, nothing shall remain to be known. And then number 4? Who controls the material world? So Lord Brahma, this is from Gopal Tapan Upanishad. Prabhupada quoted. Manmohan Prabhu, where it is quoted? Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila, Ramananda Rai's conversation. Prabhupada quoted Gopal Tapan Upanishad. Very important Upanishad. Gopal Tapan Upanishad. So Brahmaji replied, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? He is Sachidananda Vigraha. Lord Govinda is the one death personified is afraid of. Then Lord Gopijan Vallabha, he is the highest. After knowing about him, whom nothing shall remain to be known. Then Durga Devi is the controller of this material energy. Then Sanat Kumar asked, 4 Kumaras, they asked Lord Brahma that who is Krishna? Who is Govinda? Who is Gopinath, Gopijan Vallabha? Who is Durga Devi? Right? Then Lord Brahma replied, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who forgives even the demons also and gives them mukti. So that is the speciality of Lord Krishna and Lord Rama and all other incarnations. Speciality of Lord Krishna is he gives liberation to the demons also. Even the whom he kills. But Lord Rama and Lord Nishingadev, when they kill, demons don't get liberation. They have to take birth again to be killed. Right? Like, for example, Kalnemi, he was killed by Lord Vishnu. He didn't get liberation. Then he took birth as a Kamsa, then he got liberation. Krishna's appearance is so special. Krishna's appearance is so special that anybody who comes in contact with Krishna, they will become liberated. Anybody. Knowingly, unknowingly. Right? In Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu it is mentioned when Krishna was going from Dwarka to Astinapur, Indraprastha, so many millions of people they have gathered on both sides of the road. And they got a glimpse of Lord Krishna, beautiful form of the Lord. Krishna's chariot was going by very fast. Then all the inhabitants of Kuru Jangala, they got a glance of Krishna, just a jalak. They all got liberated. They got Krishna Prema, they got glance, simply by glance. In Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu it is mentioned. Like that. So Krishna's appearance is so wonderful, that anybody who came in contact, many times I told this, that when Krishna was searching for his son, they went to, he killed Panchajanya demon. Then he was not found. Then he went to Narakaloka, they said it is with Yamaraj. Right? So he took his Panchajanya conch at the door of Naraka. Then he blew the conch. There, in all kinds of Naraka, some papis are getting burnt in oil. Some papis are getting burnt, embracing those who indulge in illicit sex. They have to embrace hot tree, hot object. Like that, they are all getting fried. Right? And then the Yamadutas, they were giving them punishment. How? Like that. Then suddenly when this conch was blown, and suddenly all the fires, they got extinguished. They got extinguished. Then all of them, those who are getting fried in the hot oils and all, they felt as if some chandan ka lep lagaya usko. And then meanwhile, Yamaraj and all the Yamadutas, they are watching to their horror, to their shock. Some golden vimanas, they came and they took all the Narakavasis to Vaikuntha. That is Krishna's appearance in this world. So that is Krishna. Govinda is the Lord of the cows, Lord of Vrindavan, giver of the pleasure to the senses, and then Lord of Vedas. Govinda. Govinda, Edukundlavada, Venkatramana, Govinda, Govinda. हमारा गोविंदा आंध्रा वाले का फेवरेट गॉड है सब आंध्रा वाले सब चले जाएंगे किराट हुनांध्र कुलिंद पुक्कसा आई एम फ्रॉम आंध्रा लोक पाप जन्मा आई एम ए पाप जन्मा असुर योनि but Krishna is very kind. Vallabhacharya, all of them, they appeared in Andhra only. So that is Govinda. Then Gopichan Vallabha, he is the one who dances with the gopis. He inspires the gopis to come. He plays the flute. Varha Pidam Natavarapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibradvashah Kanakakapisham Vaijayanti Chimalam Randran Venu Radar Sudam Apuriyan Gopavrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirtihi. That is Gopijan Vallabha. He inspires, he plays the flute, and then he makes all the gopis, invites them, and then everybody becomes enchanted by his flute vibration. That is Gopijan Vallabha. Then Durga Devi, Swaha, right? Govindaya, Gopijan Vallabha, Krishnaya, Govindaya, Gopijan Vallabha, Swaha. That mantra is there. So it's a very powerful mantra. So Lord Brahma gave this mantra and he said, anybody who chants this mantra, we chant, no? So they will get Krishna Prema. That's powerful mantra. Right? Then the Sanat Kumaras, they asked, how does he look? Then he explains. There is a beautiful, Vamshi word, under the tree, Krishna along with Srimad Radharani, they sit, how he looks, blackish blue color, wearing, peacock feather, dressed beautifully. Right? So we should remember, all this. Shamam hiranya paridim vanamalya bharva dhatu pravalana tavesham anuvratamshe vinayastahastamitareno dunanam abjam karnotpala lakakapola mukabjahasam. This is a verse from 10th canto, 19th or Brahmana's wife's blessed. 19th chapter or 20th chapter. So this is so we should remember Krishna. So Prabhupada writes in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. Yesterday only I was reading that anybody who remembers the beautiful form of the Lord, continuously, he is a pure devotee of the Lord. Transcendental, beautiful form of the Lord. Prabhupada writes, throughout the day we should remember, the beautiful form of the Lord. There is so many descriptions like that. So that is Brahma's verdict. That Krishna, who is Krishna? Who can tell? Bolo? Bhavamai? Who can tell? What are the 4 questions and what are the answers? Give him the mic. You can tell? Let me try.
Who is the Supreme Personal of Godhead? First question.
Speak into the mic.
The 4 questions are, first one is, who is the Supreme Personal of Godhead? And the second one is, after knowing him, third one.
Second question. Chalo, Sadhu Charan.
Who is death personified? Operates of him.
Sundar Bihari Das. The mic there. Sundar Bihari Das will tell.
First question, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Second question is, whom death personified is afraid? Third question is,
दो बार बोला मैं फिर भी
yeah, after knowing him, nothing will remain. And last one, who is the controller of this material universe? So,
yeah. What are the answers?
So first answer is the Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Second is Govinda, from whom death personified is afraid. And third is Gopijana Vallabha. And fourth is Durga, Mother.
Very good. Hare Krishna. So this is a secret, all revealed in the scriptures and all. And Lord Shiva also teaches the same thing, like that. So this is what our, the next class, whoever is giving class. So tomorrow it will come. So tomorrow's past verse, where Bhrigu Muni comes and hits the chest of the Lord. That is the Nandi of Balaji's pastimes. Right? Lakshmi Devi becomes angry because you didn't say anything, and rather he glorified Bhrigu. Glorified Bhrigu. And then, so that's why she became upset. And then she goes to Kolhapur and she does tapasya. And then Balaji comes running. ऐसा है, सब प्रथा है, पर बीवी नाराज होके भाग जाती है और पति पीछे पीछे भागना पड़ता है. That is a prata started by Lakshmi and Narayan. Like that. Then it is briefly mentioned, Svetadvipa is a local Vaikuntha. I will close by saying one very interesting pastime from Uttar Ramayana. Ravanasur, when he was going on Digvijay Yatra, he was going everywhere. Durvasa Muni went to Svetadvip. Bhrigu Muni went to Svetadvip. Even Hiranyakashipu went to Svetadvip. Ravanasur went to Svetadvip. Local Vaikuntha. Many people they go there and they have to come back. Then Ravanasur went. With the Dashanana, 10 heads wala, 10 heads wala. Then he was going there on the bank of ocean of, milk ocean. That's where milk Svetadvip. Some girls of Svetadvip, they were playing there. They are playing ball, Yeah, playing ball. Hey, ladki, idhar aao. Kaun hai idhar? He was speaking rudely, That's how, Rakshasa, they don't know how to speak politely, Then the girls were here, hey, kaun hai? Then they caught hold of this Dashanana. They caught, instead of playing with the ball, they were playing with Ravanasur. Hey, पकड़ो इसको, कौन है ये विचित्र जीवी? 10 head है. They were playing, and he was like some kida. They were treating Ravanasur like a kida. Then Ravanasur asked, "Who are you? And then who is the owner of this place?" Then they explained, Lord Vishnu is the owner of this place. We are his devotees. Oh. That time, this is given in Uttar Ramayana. That time only he decided that if I have to be killed, I will get killed by this personality. That is when Vibhishan and all they were saying, he is Vishnu himself. उन्होंने सोचा ठीक है, इसलिए सीता जी को वापस नहीं किया. He wanted to be killed by him. That is a secret given in Uttar Ramayana. So the Svetadvip is like that, like that. He goes there and all that. So Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, they can ask. Any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, as you said, in Harivansh Puran, it is mentioned that Lord don't eat meat. So similarly, where all 4 regulatory principles are said.
First kind of Bhagavatam?
First kind of Bhagavatam.
You studied? What is that chapter? Parikshit Maharaj goes around. Pandavas retired timely? No. Punishing the Sudra, some chapter. 17th chapter.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Many a times, Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayan, they are used in the context that they are referred to Lord Krishna. Many a times they are said that Lord Narayana is Krishna or Lord Vishnu is Krishna.
That is explained by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. What is the Tulsi we say? Tulsi mantra? Yanikani.
Yanikani cha papani.
Vrindaye. उसको बोलने दो, बोलो आप बोलो.
वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवते.
Some people they say Krishna Bhakti, right? Some people they say Krishna Bhakti. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains in Chaitanya Charitamrita, because Bhagavan api Vishwatma Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha Sa Vishesha Amshabhagena Manaha Anaka Dundube Yato Jagan Mangalam Achyutamsham Samahitena Surasutena Devi Dadara Sarvatmakam Atmabhutam Kasta Anandakaram Manastha. In this verse, Prabhupada writes in the purport, Yato Jagan Mangalam Achyutamsham. In Krishna, all incarnations, they reside in him. All incarnations. So that's why Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes that if you can address Krishna as Vishnu, Narayana, anything, but because they are all in Krishna's body. Samjh mein?
Vishnu and Narayana, they are Vishnu Tattva?
Yeah, they are all same.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.